Welcome back to Families in Action on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm Cary Quashen, along with my co-host Michael Dougherty, the Silver Fox.
Hello, hello. Hey, Cary, I was just going to say that if anybody's tuned in right now listening to this show, we certainly do welcome you, but we also want to let you know that if you're waiting for updates about the fire, we will have them whenever Carl calls them in. No problem. We are here for you.
Exactly, but as of right now, all evacuations stand. So let's remember that and stay safe out there. Sage!
Yes.
So, I've known you for a long time. I'm going to let you talk. It's all yours. Take it. Go wherever you want.
Where do you want me to go?
From the beginning.
Well, I don't know. I've known you since I was just turning 13 years old when my mom came into the program, into your program, Action, actually.
Right.
And right then is when I realized, man, I don't want to turn out like that. And it's been...
Like your mom? Even though she's doing pretty good right now.
Now my mom has almost 5 years, yeah.
I'm very proud of you, Mom. Go on.
She stayed, but I didn't. And that was the difference. I went on with another 6-year battle with drug addiction. And throughout that, I remember giving you calls throughout it all. I need help going in and out, in and out.
Showing up at the office.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, just
I remember once you were living in your car, and you were a mess.
Yeah, I was living in my 1993 Plymouth Voyager sports wagon. I remember I felt so cool. And with my
you were
with my 19-year-old boyfriend who beat me up every single day, physically and emotionally, and I thought it was okay. That's the hardest part, and I just want to say, if any woman is out there, it's not okay.
No.
It's not love.
No matter what, nobody has the right to put their hands on another person.
They don't.
Especially, I say on another person, I mean it, but especially on a woman or a child.
Exactly. It's a horrible place to be in. I just want to say that,
But you were right. That's not love.
It's not. I remember thinking so much, he cares about me because, he gets me high. He cares about me because he's always there. Right. Well, he was always there because he didn't trust me. He picked out what I wore because he didn't want me to wear anything that showed anything. I couldn't wear shorts.
Completely insecure.
Yeah, like he picked me up from work, was there on my break, dropped me off from work. I couldn't have any friends. He kept my phone. He kept my drugs when I was using them, all my money. It was his.
Right. Well, I'm glad you got to your senses.
Oh, yeah. It took me a long time to get out of that. And then at the end to think it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, and by the way, it wasn't your fault.
Not
Look at
hardly.
Smile. You got to watch the show and see these two smile. I mean, they're just... They glow. So go on. It took you a bunch of years. What happened this time? One day you woke up and you said enough.
Well, it took me, even after I dropped that boyfriend, I thought that I could be that person who could just smoke weed and drink alcohol, because, once I dropped my drug of choice, which was methamphetamines, I was like, I'm just going to smoke and drink and it's going to be fine. But I can tell you that I was so emotionally broken and full of despair that even just smoking weed did not make me a happy person.
Right.
It made me giggle. I can tell you that. It made me think of stupid things, but it never made me who I really am when I have a clear mind.
Right.
So I went through another couple months of that before I moved back down here because I was living in Ventura, and right back to that drug, right back to that I'm near the people, I know the people, I can use this.
So the pot brought you right back to the meth.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If you're smoking weed and you know other people who are smoking weed, and then you know that they're also smoking like some other kind of stuff, it just happens. It's the people you surround yourself with.
Exactly.
And another bad part of it is when you're through smoking it, then you end up being right back where you were before you started smoking.
Exactly.
And you weren't getting anywhere.
Your addiction doesn't stop because you stop.
Exactly.
It's still there. If you have that personality, it doesn't go anywhere.
It yells at you in the back of your head.
As soon as you pick that drug up, it's right back to it. It's like they say, one's never enough, or one's too many, 1,000's not enough.
Exactly.
Because you're okay. An addict and an alcoholic, if you're not drinking or using, you're good.
Yeah.
But as soon as you pick up, it's not enough already.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's like you get a cucumber and you turn it into a pickle. You can't change it around.
Yeah.
Right.
You
If
can't
you're
turn
an
a
addict or
pickle
an
back.
alcoholic, you're not going to change it around. That's what you're going to be.
That's a good
Exactly.
analogy. I'll
So
have to
if-
remember that. I've never heard that before.
That's
So
first time I heard that.
if you're not using, you're safe.
Yeah.
As long as you're working some kind of a program. But when you
Yeah.
stop and you think, well, it's just pot. I didn't really like that. Anyways, as soon as you start breaking your contracts, you're in a mess. But go ahead.
Exactly. And the big thing that got me back to that drug of choice was the fact that I had money where I could support myself.
Right.
I was staying in my own place. I was
At 16, by the way, I remember.
I was 16 moving house to house, but once I was around the age of I think 17, I was like working at
Right.
18. I remember I turned 18 and I was working at a place where it supplied me with at least $500 a day.
Yeah.
And that was on a bad night. And I was like, yeah, this is amazing because now I can support rent,
Right.
my car, and I can support my drug habit being whatever kind of drug I want.
Right.
And that made it okay.
The only thing that wasn't okay with it was affecting what?
My self-esteem
Exactly.
was so low, and the way people looked at me was horrid to me.
It's not all about the money, is it?
It's not. Like, when you're on drugs, you don't care. You're like, whatever,
Right.
But at the end of the day, when I look back and when I would really, when I'd have those moments of spiritual, awareness, spiritual clarity, I was like, what am I doing?
And the problem with drugs, when you're high, it feels good, but all of a sudden, bang, you come down.
Yep.
And then, oh my God.
And your life just isn't going anywhere.
What am I doing? And then the self-esteem starts feeling, and
Exactly.
the only thing that makes you feel better then is to get high again.
Yeah. Especially knowing you're in a dead-end job, nowhere to go. I wasn't going to school anymore, I barely graduated high school.
So you woke up, and what happened? Where was the deal? What changed the things?
Well, I remember it wasn't
From
waking
$500
up.
a day to saying, "Oh no, done."
Well,
what happened?
It wasn't really waking up because I was up for a long period of time. I was
So you
probably
were, like, days. Yeah.
I was probably up for a full week when I was like, oh my God, I have no relationship with my family. I'm in a place where I can't go anywhere from here. What do I do? So I called my mom, who
Right.
was the only person who I still had a connection to within the program, who I knew wouldn't beat me down, And so I called her and I begged her to take me back. I was like, just after 2 years of not, or 2.5 years of not being with her, this woman let me come back into her life so that I could maybe change my life. And for that, I am forever grateful,
Your mom's probably listening. What do you want to say to her?
I just want to say I love her like I do every day.
Tell her.
I love you, Mom. You're a beautiful woman. You're strong, awesome. I love
Oh,
you.
you probably just made her cry.
Oh, no, I don't
But
don't
that's
do
good.
that. You're at work.
But
No,
you
that's
know,
good.
but you know what, Sage? You're a strong, beautiful person too.
Thank
Both of you
you.
ladies are.
Thank you.
And I mean, you're 17 and you got a year clean and sober in next week, right?
Yeah.
And you're how old?
I'm 19.
And you got how much time sober?
Today I have 115 days, I think.
I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah.
There's a million people out there that need this program and need to get clean, and they're never going to. You know why? Because they don't want to.
Yeah. That's the saddest part.
And you guys woke up one day and said, enough of this. I don't care about the money. I don't care about whatever control and power I'm getting doing this thing. I have enough of this, and I want to go home.
Yeah.
And
It's-
you did.
Yeah, she took her a while. It took her a couple weeks to really, because she's married now.
Right.
So of course she had to talk to this man, and who was also in the program, who had to talk to their sponsors. They had to talk to their sponsors, do some writing on it. You know how we do, and they've said, okay, you can come back, as long as you have a clean drug test.
Awesome.
And I didn't. I still came up dirty for marijuana, and
That drug that nobody's worried about.
yeah, exactly. And they told me, all right, no more after this. We're going to continue to drug test you, but you can move in. So that night I didn't stay there. I left and I went and got high
Right.
one last time, and that was on April 2nd.
The quote unquote one
yeah.
last time.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to do it. And I but don't know why. It was the most horrible time of my entire life, I can tell you that. But
Yeah, you know, that's when you really know you're in trouble, when you can't get high and you can't get sober, and the drugs don't do what they're supposed to do anymore. They don't give you that.
Nope.
And that's where we're losing so many people. They keep trying to find that, and it's not there anymore.
Exactly.
And it's gone. And then you, 17 years old, I remember you calling me saying, "I'm done, Cary. Can you get me back in the ranch?" And you went in and you stayed how long?
I stayed for 30 days.
And you got out and you have never turned back.
No. It's crazy how much the living living the program does for you. Well, the program I'm in.
Right.
You know, like I had like 298 truancies like
I
by
know.
the first semester of my freshman year.
Did you all hear
you
that?
know?
298 truancies.
And now like I'm going to my senior year now, and like my last semester and the semester before that, I had straight A's. Like,
See,
and
there you go.
before that, I had straight fails.
You guys are
Like,
why.
those
You
are
guys.
some of the
You guys are
gifts.
why we do this.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
those are some of the gifts that you get from recovery, and not just that, but like peace of mind and like being like, you know, amazing
Happy.
things,
Being
happiness.
happy.
Did I hear that right? You said one of the gifts
Yeah.
Yeah.
you get from recovery. That's fabulous.
Hey,
It is a
Michael,
gift.
these guys are 17 and 19.
They get their whole life
we
in
don't.
front
We
of
don't.
them.
But we don't hear adults that figure it out this much.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I mean, listen, they got to figure it out. Now all you got to do is never forget it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's not all the way figured out.
As soon as you forget, you're right.
you go right back out, and that's what happened to me. You know?
What are you doing different this time so that does not happen to you?
Well, this time I'm actually working my program. I'm grateful for the little that I do have today. You know, I can tell you, waking up next to my mom every day, or in the same house
Right.
as my mom, is just a kick in the butt. But also seeing someone like Alyssa, with her being 17 and younger than me and almost having her year, she's who I go to when I need support, you know? Like, she's one of the smartest people I know, and that's the funniest
So
thing,
you're
you know?
so you're surrounding yourself by people that are
Yeah.
where you want to go this time,
Yeah.
not where you don't want to be.
Yeah, I used to think the people using drugs and ruining their life were really cool. And now when I see them,
They're
I
so
get
cool.
sad.
They're so cool. It might kill them.
Exactly. That's the really sad part. They're not going anywhere. Everyone who I use drugs with is not graduated high school. They're homeless. Almost every single one of them are homeless and okay about being homeless.
And young.
Yeah, they're my ex-boyfriend, like I said, he's still out there. He's still doing his thing. I think last I heard he was living on the top of Starbucks, and he has like a warrant. He has like 2 warrants. Yeah, like you can look it up in the Santa Clarita thing. Most of my friends have been arrested. Old friends. It's
Girl,
really sad.
you're worth so much more than that. Don't you ever forget that. And the first thing you said when you saw me today is, "You remember me, Cary?" Of course I remember you.
Yeah.
I do, and I'm really proud of both of you. I mean, I mean what I say. We lose a lot of people,
Yeah,
but we
we
save more people than we lose, but we don't
Definitely.
know it.
Definitely.
Because they come in and like you did, and then they kind of go on with their life. So when I seen you today and you said I got 350 something days sober, it's like, yeah, that's what it's all about. And on that note, the Silver Fox is going to take us on break.
Well, you're listening to Families in Action, and we'll also bring you fire updates as they become available right here on KHTS AM 1220, your hometown station.
Welcome back to Families in Action on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm Cary Quashen along with Mike Dougherty. I'm not going to say it. The Silver Fox. And
I heard you got a text about.
yeah, they wanted to know who's the Silver Fox. And, if you're watching the show, which many people do on cable, you'll pretty much figure out that would be Michael with his silver hair. That's why we call him the Silver
Mostly
Fox.
white, mostly white now. From doing this show, actually, it was silver before.
Is that right? So, sorry, Mike, but that's what happens. Ladies, you guys are great. You're an inspiration.
Thank you.
You're an inspiration to me to keep doing what I'm doing. Seriously,
you.
that's somebody said to me the other day, "How do you do this for 30-something years?" This is how I do it. This is why I do it.
Yeah.
because you guys are an inspiration. And if, hey, we're saving kids, I'm going to keep on that. I want to live forever so I can do this forever.
Yeah.
So, did you want to say anything? You guys got only a couple minutes left, and I'm sorry that we shortened your deal today, but you know,
That's fine.
there's things going on in Santa Clarita that we can't help. But go on, you're on.
Do you want to go first?
What do you want to say? To who and to what? To anybody?
Well, I really don't know.
What would you say to somebody that out there that's saying, I can't do this?
Anyone can do it. I've seen people who I thought could never do it. People who I've seen go in and out. I've seen myself go in and out. I've seen people kicking heroin and doing it. You know,
you kicked heroin
I know,
too,
but
boy.
like people, if they can do it and I can do it, anyone can do it. It
I want
doesn't
you all
matter
to-
where.
I want you to know she was 16 years old, strung out on heroin when she called me. Came in, got detoxed, and got sober, and has a year clean and sober just about now. Wow, that's cool. 16 years old. So if you're out there and you're using and you say, I can't do it, a 16-year-old girl can. Right?
Yeah.
Quit whining, guys. Time to man up. Sage.
Put on your big boy pants.
I would just have to say, like, to anyone who is using out there, even if you don't want to stop using and you think that there is no life that could possibly be better than destroying your own, try it.
Yeah.
Give yourself a year. Go through a program, because I miss rehab personally. Rehab was like a vacation.
I could put you back.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I own one.
Yeah, no,
You mean
like,
compared to what you were going through
yeah,
before?
exactly. Like, take the time to be able to change. Many people are stuck in the fact that they think they'll never change. But in reality, the only thing constant in life is change.
Right. When somebody says people don't change, they bump their head.
Yeah.
People change every day, and anybody can change. All you got to do is want to and be willing
Exactly.
to do it and do the footwork that you need to do and the mind work that you need to do.
If there's a will,
But,
there's a way.
There's
Yeah.
a way, there's a will, there's a way, and I'm going to say it again. Anybody can change.
Yep. You can find some really cool people in the program, like Alyssa. And you can find
She's
some
kinda
awesome
cool, isn't
people.
she?
She's awesome.
I can tell you right now, like, I thought I was having fun when I was getting high. I thought I was happy, but the things I've experienced, I've had the most fun I've ever had in my life in this last 359 days that I've ever had when I was out there using or trying to fill a void.
Like the
And-
convention.
Like the convention.
Because you're still hanging out with the same great people, but now everybody's sober. So
Yeah.
it's and you wake up and you don't regret what you did the night before, and you feel good about yourself, and
And
you're proud.
I changed everything. Changed the people. I changed everything.
What I hear, he wants us to break, but not yet. What I hear is getting clean and sober. I know this because I'm an addict too. I've been sober 35 years, but getting clean and sober is easy. You just got to change everything.
Exactly.
Your friends, your playground, your toys, everything.
It's not easy. It's definitely
Yes.
simple, though.
Exactly. If you keep it that way.
Yes.
Don't make it so difficult. You know what, Alyssa, Sage? I would like to have you back here. I'm not kidding. Every 90 days.
We'll be here.
And I would like for you to give us and our listeners and watchers updates. Can you handle that?
Of course.
I could handle
So I know
it.
Stephanie's listening. So Stephanie, keep track of Sage. We keep in touch all the time, anyways.
Yes, I love you, Cary.
I love you guys too. I really do, and I'm really, really proud of you. She just pops up sometimes in my office. And, oh, there's Sage. I love that. That's
That's
awesome.
good.
Thank
Yes,
you for
it
having
really is.
us.
No, thank
Yeah.
you for coming. And hey, be safe out there. There'll be more fire coverage and local and national news in a minute. This is Families in Action on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.